When did AI become part of your life? For me, it was always something out of science fiction, like in Terminator. But now, it's 2026 and Will Smith went from eating spaghetti like this to eating spaghetti like this in 2.5 years. At the same time, more and more headlines and thumbnails are appearing, suggesting extreme pessimism. But where exactly is the problem? The dystopian arguments for AI go as far as the extinction of the entire human race. However, I would like to focus on a scenario that Kurzgesagt addressed in one of their latest videos. A scenario that is already happening. You know, the central resource on the internet is attention. This is what makes or breaks a channel or creator. Rapid advances in AI have made it much easier to produce content quickly. The sheer volume of content can then lead to the internet being flooded with cheap, quickly produced content, leaving no attention for content that requires more work. This is called AI slop. In the end, only AI-generated content will remain on the internet. And if lots of bots start interacting with it, humans will be pushed out of the internet. The internet would be dead. This is why many creators fear AI. They fear that there will be no attention left for them, which ensures their ability to create videos online. And actually, my situation is even worse. When you start making YouTube videos, you quickly realize that there's a boss. He decides the success or failure of a channel. Unfortunately, he's a pretty bad boss. He does not explain his decisions or give any tips on how to do things better. I'm talking about the algorithm. Big channels are not entirely dependent on the algorithm's favor. They already have a community that is relatively reliable in rewarding their work with attention. I, on the other hand, am completely at the mercy of the mysterious algorithm. That leads to the question, why am I doing this? And what's this channel even about? I could say that I've always loved making videos and telling stories. And that's true. But my true passion lies elsewhere. It's science. Science as a method for systematically discovering things is humanity's greatest achievement. It has brought light into the darkness of existing and transformed humans from simple hunter-gatherers to space travelers. And the great thing is that there is an incredible amount of information out there that you do not have to study for forever to benefit from personally. They are scientific topics that can change your personal view on things, can be useful in everyday life and entertain you. And that's what this channel is about. Information should be the soul of the videos. I want to create videos about scientific topics that somehow affect people and perhaps add value to their lives. If I can package that into something visually appealing, I've achieved my goal. In this niche particular, the use of AI for video scripts is difficult. AI is very good at confidently providing information, even quoting it. At second glance, this information often turns out to be simply wrong. The last question open is, how will I use AI? Again, reference to Kurzgesagt. Despite all concerns, AI remains a very powerful tool. It can certainly assist in various stages of the journalistic and creative process when planning and designing videos. However, I will not rely on an opaque AI when providing information. As I said, this is the channel's heart. I will draw the information from books or studies and not just from a GPT prompt. And I want to make that transparent. As befits a good science channel, I will of course cite the relevant sources so you can verify the information mentioned yourself. And as far as the process of designing is concerned, to be honest, I think relying solely on AI would take the fun out of it. I like to figure out how I can design things and tell stories. Leaving this whole process to AI would be a bit boring. But AI can be handy, maybe to generate a sketch or something. So, what happens next? On Friday, I will release a video I made a couple of weeks ago. I didn't have this setup back then, so don't be surprised. After that, videos will continue with this setting and I'll produce new videos as quickly as my perfectionism allows. So, see you then, and for now, thank you for your attention.